Hey friends, I hope that you're doing well, that you're enjoying these 21 days of prayer and fasting. We're on day 19 today by revealing his victory through the resurrection. Resurrection was a glorious day. I'm sure if we were there and experienced it just the way the disciples experienced it when they saw Jesus, ate with Jesus after the resurrection, it would have been amazing. But I am also sure that just a couple of days before the resurrection, disciples were at loss. They didn't understand what is happening. They've been with Jesus for 3 years. He's the Messiah. He's the miracle worker. He is the Son of God. He is going to bring us out of the bondage to the empires of the world. We will be free as the people of God. But everything changed when they were at the garden and Jesus was taken away. Peter betrays Jesus multiple times that night, saying he doesn't even know him. Many of the disciples flee. They go back to their jobs, to their families, because they are at loss. How could it be? Where is Jesus? And I think that happens a lot in my life as well. I know that God is good. I know that Jesus is resurrected, that Jesus is reigning on the throne, that he cares about me. He listens to me. He's my good shepherd. But sometimes I'm at loss because I feel like I pray so much. I ask for so many things. I do so much for you, Lord. But why aren't you working more actively in my life? Where are you? Sometimes I have my own vision of what I believe Jesus should do in my life. My own fleshly desires, my own fleshly ambitions. And I believe that I am sometimes the Lord of my own life. And Jesus is kind of there to do my to-do list for me. Sometimes I feel like he's not at work, and I feel like maybe resurrection didn't happen. Of course, I know it did happen, but there are days when it feels like it. And I know that most of the time it's my own fault. All of the time it's my own fault. Because often I ask things from God that just are my fleshly desires, my personal ambition. Often I'm too busy to even see God as at work in my life. I spend too much time doing, and I don't spend enough time in prayer with God, listening to him, sitting and just observing, reflecting in my life and how he's working. So God is always at work. Jesus didn't just die. He rose, he conquered the death, and he changed everything with that. He wants now intimacy with me. He wants to show me the power of his resurrection. But I'm too busy for that. I love Paul in Philippians 3 talking that, he counts everything as loss. And he's suffering because he wants to gain Christ and be found in him. And then in verse 10, he says that I may know him and the power of his resurrection, and may share his sufferings, becoming like him in his death. And that's my prayer for us, that we, as the North America Sport Movement, we would know the power of the resurrection, that we would live it every single day. But the walk to that power, to seeing that power, is challenging. It is through suffering. It is through hard days. But we know that the resurrected Jesus will be with us always. He will never leave us. And one day we will die, but we will be resurrected with him, and we will experience him in his fullest glory. We will experience new heavens and new earth like no one ever has before. What an incredible image would it be when we're sitting at the feet of Jesus and in our glorified bodies and learning from him and worshiping him all together. May we as the movement know the power of his resurrection, and may we live it out. Thank you guys so much.